أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. He said this great surah, Surah Al-Zalzala, contains Allah's remembrance of these huge things that will happen before the hour comes. Because before the hour comes and before Yawm al-Qiyamah, there will be the zilzal, there will be the shaking of the earth. إِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا, meaning that the earth will move and it will shake and quiver. So the earth is going to move and shake. And really, a zalzala is an earthquake. The word zalzala is an earthquake. So here, إِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا, that when the earth shakes or quakes or moves with its quaking. وَأَخْرَجَتِ الْأَرْضُ أَثْقَالَهَا, and the earth brings out its burdens. Here, what it means to bring out its burdens is that it brings out what is within it from the people who have passed away, so the dead who are within the earth, and also the hidden treasures and other things that are within the earth. Because there's a nice principle in tafsir that we really always have to bear in mind, which is that whenever Allah mentions something generally, we should always try to take it as something general. So we don't need to mention it specifically the dead. Rather, as the Shaykh mentioned here, he mentioned the dead, and he also mentioned al-kunuz, the treasure that is within it. So the earth will spill out all of the things that were within it, everything that was hidden within it. And of course, with regard to the happenings of the hour, so that we understand the kind of chronology of it all. So people die all the time, right? In our time now, people are dying every single day, every single hour. There are people dying. Those people, when they die, they go to a life called al-barzakh, a life called al-barzakh. And in this life of al-barzakh, they remain, the life of the grave. So al-barzakh literally means the barrier. And it refers to the life of the grave. This life of the grave goes on, and people are living on the earth, and more people die and go to the life of the grave, and more people die, until there comes a point where Allah decrees that the world will end and nobody will be left alive. And this can be found at the end of Surah Al-Zumar, that Allah describes it. وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ فَصَعِقَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا مَنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ ثُمَّ نُفِخَ فِيهِ أُخْرَى فَإِذَا هُمْ قِيَامٌ يَنْظُرُونَ. Let's just get the reference for it at the end of Surah Al-Zumar. ayah number 68. So that's 39, 68. And that is that when Allah commands for the horn to be blown, everyone who is in the earth will fall down. They will faint and they will die. Except for whoever Allah wills in the heavens or the earth. At this point, every human being is now dead. At this point, every human being is now dead. Those who are in the graves have been dead for a long time, and those who died at the blowing of the horn. Now, between this horn and the next blowing of the horn, the second blowing of the horn, which is also mentioned in the same surah, in Surah Az-Zumar, ayah number 68, ثُمَّ نُفِخَ فِيهِ أُخْرَى. Then the horn will be blown again. فَإِذَا هُمْ قِيَامٌ يَنْظُرُونَ. Then they will stand up looking around. So between the first horn and the second horn is 40. 40. They said to the narrator, was it 40 days or was it 40 months? Was it 40 years? He said, I don't remember. I don't know. I remember that the Prophet ﷺ said 40, but I don't remember which 40 he said or whether he said. But there is 40 something, whether it's hours, days, months, years, between the first blowing of the horn and the second blowing of the horn. And the second blowing of the horn, at this time, the earth will, وَأَخْرَجَتِ الْأَرْضُ أَثْقَالَهَا. The earth will throw out whatever is within it. And this is also mentioned in Surah Al-Inshiqaq. And I'll get you again the reference for it. It's also mentioned in Surah Al-Inshiqaq. When Allah said, إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انشَقَّتْ وَأَذِنَتْ لِرَبِّهَا وَحُقَّتْ وَإِذَا الْأَرْضُ مُدَّتْ وَأَلْقَتْ مَا فِيهَا وَتَخَلَّتْ. And that's in Surah Al-Inshiqaq, ayah number 4. That the earth will throw out whatever is in it, وَتَخَلَّتْ. And it will relinquish it, it will let go of it. And like we said, there's a beautiful principle in tafsir that whatever Allah kept general, you should keep it general until there comes a reason to limit it or to restrict it. So even though some of the scholars of tafsir, they said it means the dead people, it doesn't have to mean just the dead people. Rather, all of the secrets of the earth. Many things secret. How many people have been killed and their bodies thrown where nobody knows? How much treasure has been lost in a sunken ship or lost from people's eyes or swallowed up by the earth? How many civilizations have their houses, their homes, their cities been buried under the earth? All of it will be brought out. Because one of the themes of the surah is that nothing will be concealed. On Yawm al-Qiyamah, on the day of resurrection, everything will be seen. So the earth will bring out its burdens, the things that it's been carrying. أثقالها, something which is thaqil, is heavy. So all the things the earth has been carrying, the dead bodies, the treasures, the dead civilizations that the earth has been carrying, all of it will be brought out of the earth.